Now, mind you, Tracy is chasing me all up and doing this building. Now, this building is big, okay? It got different ways on each floors. You got like 2 doors at the end, 2 doors like in the beginning of the hall. Like, it's a lot of doors, right? So you got S3, you might have S4. So it's all depending on what part you want to come up on the next floor. So I'm taking the stairs. Boom, and I'm going through another hallway, going through another door. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to get the Mia crib. I get the Mia crib, put the key in the door. Mia in the living room. I run right under the bed, but in Mia room, right? Who gonna go in somebody else's? Like I'm gonna have the Mia room, right? So Mia like, you good? So Mia comes and she comes in her room and she like, where you at? And I'm like, I'm right here. She like, what's going on? I'm like, look. I'm like, had me. All you hear is do, 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 do. Now, here's the deal. Tracy and Mia wasn't that fun with each other because Tracy used to always, like, kind of go in on her. And plus, Tracy been in that building long like Mia been in that building long. So they didn't have no beef, but it was always static because Tracy used to always try to crack on her, right? Always try to crack jokes. And Mia never found that funny. So she like, who is that? I don't want no problems at my door because Mia was on like on a restriction because she by her being on disability, she ended up her son was staying with the dad. And so she was really just trying to make sure she'd be able to keep her part of the custody, but she can't get no complaints. She can't get in no type of trouble, okay? She'd be going to court like every other month. So she was she was always having something going on. So she like, I don't want no drama in my house. I don't want no drama in my house. I'm like, just have me, please, please, please. She like, okay, just stay right here. And so she opened the door, right? And you hear Tracy like, where's Roshan? And so she like, he's not here. So she say, yes, he is, because it ain't nowhere else he gonna run. So she walked in the Mia just so, how you gonna let this girl walk in your tip, in your crib, in your domain, in your jungle? How you gonna let this girl walk in your crib like she pays the bills? She ain't Destiny Child's. How you let her come up in the crib like that? So I hear her calling my name. Now, Mia door is open. I'm under the bed like this. I'm talking about nervous, sweaty, posterior booty cheeks was on clank, clank. When I tell you I was nervous, I was straight up nervous. So I'm like, oh my God, she gonna find me. She gonna find me, right? So she said, I know he in. So she like, get out my house. So now Mia is already telling her now to get out the house. So she like, I'm not going nowhere. So Mia trying to grab Tracy. Mia like, maybe 5 even. You gotta think Tracy 6 something. You know what I'm saying? She's 6 even. You ain't budging her. So Mia was just like, I'm gonna call the security guard. So she said, can you please tell her to like straight up came and got me and straight bust me out. Like, y'all gotta go. Like Mia came in the room and said, tell she gotta go. Y'all gotta go. Cause y'all can't fight up in my, cause she said, you had up in here. So now Tracy like, so you want to be with her? Why you hadn't if you ain't got nothing to have? She like, come down at the Lala crib right now. I'm like, I'm coming. She like, now come with me. She like, we finna settle this for all. She like, come with me. I'm like, I'll come. When I come, I'm like, come on. She like, what you scared for? So I'm still, so Mia like, y'all need to get out of my room. So now Mia and I already called the security guard. Now here come the security guard knocking on the door. So Tracy gets in front of the girl's door and she like, so what? You gonna, now mind you, Tracy don't stay there no more. So she say, so what you gonna tell the security guard? She say, move in front of my door. I'm like, Tracy, just move. She say, well, won't you come down here and talk to me? So when she finally tried to open the door, Mia was trying to pull on the doorknob while Tracy was like this. Tracy moved her. She said, Mia say, she got on her tippy toe. She say, touch me again. Cause this is my house. And she went in and she grabbed a knife. I'm like, Mia, chill. She said, I don't play that. This is my house. Now that medication must have wore off. Cause the crazy about to start crazy. It's about to start getting crazy quando. You feel me? So I'm like, oh my God, like, cause I knew she was, and every time she ever got mad or when she used to do that to Sleepy, she used to always go grab a knife. So I'm like, Tracy, come on, chill. So the security like, hey, is everything okay? Open the door, or I'ma open it. Right? So boom, Tracy moved, me open the door. So she like, I want her barred. Straight like that. She's telling the security guard she want Tracy barred from the building. Now, this is Tracy building. Tracy been in this building for more than 8 years, 9 years. This was her building. So Mia like, she put her hands on me. She threatening me. I don't feel safe. Right? So the security guard said, okay, well, what happened? So he trying to get detail. So Mia was like, okay, my friend ran in here, hid in the bed, blah, 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 blah. So she's kind of like having my back, but like kind of saying like it's a little bit my fault. So it's like a little bit of mixture, right? I was getting mixed signals like a mug. I'm like, all right, do you get my back or you don't? So the security guard already knows she got a problem. So she tells me like, and you can't come back here no more. Straight like that in front of them. I said, Mia, I said, come on, I'm like, we cool. I'm like, I don't got nowhere to go. She like, because I'm trying to get my son. Then the summertime coming, I want to be able to get my son. She kept saying she wanted to be able to get a son. So I understood. I was like, all right. So security guard said, let me talk to y'all downstairs for a minute. So I'm like, you don't need to talk to me. I'm like, you can talk to her. He like, well, it was a complaint. And I want to talk to both of y'all. So we go down there. So he like, all right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to bar both of y'all. I'm like, what? He like, I'm going to bar both of y'all. I'm like, why you barring me? She didn't say she want me barred. So Tracy like, I used to live, so she giving her donor. He like, I know who you are. He like, yeah, but you know, they tenants, they live here. You know, you can't, that's in the least, like y'all can't be fighting. It can't be like no type of violence or drugs or whatever. So I'm like, it's people all up and through this building serve. It's on the 8th floor. It smells straight like, it's straight like skunk, right? So I'm just looking at him. So I just felt like he just wanted to be on that lame, on that goofy type talk. So I'm just sitting there. So he say, I need y'all IDs. I'm like, I don't got no ID. He like, you got a school ID? I'm like, no. He like, who you signed to when you came here to visit? Cause you still got to show an ID. So I'm like, to Lala. So I give him the door number. He like, okay. He like, and you was where? He like, why you was up at that unit? If you, I'm like, cause I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people in the building. Like, this man just on dummy. I'm like, all right, he don't like me. That type talk. So he like, I'm gonna have to take a picture, y'all. Tracy had went on ahead, get her ID. I ain't giving him nothing. So he like, I don't want to call the police. He like, well, I'm gonna need your name or something. So I give him my name straight up. I'm like, well, my stuff is still at, in Lala crib. I'm like, can I go get it? He like, nah, y'all bar as today. So I'm like, so when is we gonna be unbarred? He like, whenever y'all talk to the board, y'all gotta talk to the board if y'all want to get, y'all gotta make an appointment if you want to get unbarred. But for right now, you barred, period. I'm like, so, well, I can't never go to her door. I can't never come in the building. He like, you can't come in front of the building, around the building, in the building. So I'm like, I'm barred from the whole entire building. Because I didn't know how that worked. He was putting me on game. I was learning something new. So I was like, but why am I barred though? He was like, because he like, both of y'all was indulging into violence at somebody else's unit and you didn't even supposed to be at that unit. He looked at Tracy, he say, and who you supposed to want to go see when you came here? She like, my god sister, like, what I'm saying, straight like that. So he like, so why you up there at the other tenant place? So she like, it's cool. You can bar me. You can bar me, right? Boom. He said, I need y'all to come up in here. It was like an empty little office, right? He like, I need y'all to come in here so I can take a picture of y'all. I said, what you want to take a picture of me for? He like, because I got to put it. So they had like a board out in the hallway. Like as soon as you come in, and it had people that was like barred from the building and they had pictures out there. So if the security guard or anybody see that person there, they'll report and tell, right? It ain't like you can snatch this off. Once they put it up there, it's inside this little glass thing. You got to break the glass to take the pictures out, right? So I'm like, man, that's crazy. So I'm like, all right. So he like, all right, y'all ready? So I'm like, I ain't in my mind, I'm like, I ain't gonna pose for no picture to be boss. So I'm like, he like, hey, can you look directly at the camera? I'm like, man, just take the picture, man. Just take the picture. So he took the picture. He took Tracy's picture. And he put it out there. So he said, I'll go get your stuff. He like, you got stuff up there too? She like, yeah. He like, okay, I'll go get your belongings. I'm like, let me go get it. I don't want you touching my stuff. He like, I ain't gonna touch your stuff. He like, if you want, we'll have a person up there to bring it down. So we like, yeah, that'll work because I had Zaza in my bag. So he ended up hitting up Lala, come down. So Lala like, fams, what's going on? Like, what happened? So Tracy like, well, we can't come in the building no more. So she said, says who? So the security guard was like, yeah, the tenant in Woo Woo barred them. I'm like, no, not them. Barred Tracy. Like, stop saying them. He keep putting us in like a, you know what I'm saying? Like in a boat together. We not rocking together. Like, this girl just like, do you know what I'm going through? I need a break somewhere. Breaking that. Like I was breaking down right there. So she like, so Lala like, so what can I do to be able to get them off the bar list? So he like, well, they got to have a board meeting with the office and, you know, the management. And so she was like, okay. She like, yeah, I just do that. And like, I help y'all. And I'm going to go talk to Mia. He like, yeah, if you could go talk to the lady, she can remove them off the bar list. I'm like, she never said put me on a bar list. You keep saying, I wanted to brutality him, okay? I wanted to fatality. Like, I wanted to finish him. Like, I'm not, like, he was making me mad with the with the French talk. No. She wanted her bar. So, Lala was like, I'll figure something out. I'll talk to the people in the office. All right, so boom. We leave out. So Tracy like, you coming to my house? So I had a decision to make at that moment. Right? Am I gonna go to her crib or am I just gonna, because now I can't be in the building. That's why I was basically bouncing back and forth from. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go back to my friend's house. She like, so you really wanna be with her? I'm like, I really don't know. I'm like, I can't talk about this right now. So I walked off, so she followed me. So I break running. Like, dang, get away from me. So I broke running. Right? She stopped. After that, she stopped chasing me because I was like, do I got to run? Like, that's a shame. I'm like, do I got to run? Because she keep following me. So I started running and just started hitting different blocks and different corners. She gave up, right? Boom. I go finally get on the subway. I go on ahead, boom, go to my buddy crib. My buddy like, yo, where you been? I'm like, man, I got caught up. So boom, Mary hit me up. She like, what happened? I heard y'all barred. I'm like, yeah, because of Mia. I'm like, hey, Mia not picking up for me lately. Because Mia wasn't picking up. Because I was calling her the whole time when I was on my way, like, back to my buddy crib to talk to her. But it's like, I know you see my number. You couldn't have went to sleep that fast. So Mary go ahead, go to Mia's crib, knock on the door. Mia open the door. Hand her the phone. I'm like, yo, I'm calling you. She like, what? I'm like, I'm barred. She like, that has nothing to do with me. I'm like, Mia, I always help you. I have your back all the time. I'm like, I need you to remove me off the bar list. She say, no, because I don't like that girl. And if I remove you, I'm like, but you never said me. She said, well, take it up with the security guard. I'm like, I said, Mia, do you not know? I start cussing her out. She said, you know what? I'm going to make sure I let the security know you just threatened me. Hung up in my face, right? I called Mary phone back. I said, yo, you still there? She said, nah. She told me to get from her door. What you say? I'm like, because I was shocked because I always had Mia back. So Mary like, so what we going to do when we want to see each other? I'm like, I'm going to just come. I'm still telling her I'm going to sneak in the building, right? She like, okay. So I'm like, I'm coming over there in the morning. Because maybe it's just that security guard, right? That's how I'm thinking. See, I'm a teenager. I'm thinking like, man, it's probably just that security guard. Next morning, I come bright and early when I know that the security guard shift up. I walk in. So the dude look at me, and I was like, I'm here to go to this floor. So as soon as I sign in, he look on the board, and he like, I'm like, what? He like, you barred. I'm like, huh? He like, you banned from coming here. You barred. I'm like, I'm not barred. He like, yes, you is. He like, they got your picture right there. I'm like, that's not my picture. He like, and your picture back here. Because so he had little pictures, too, behind the desk where he was sitting at. So I'm like, I didn't know I was barred. He like, they took your picture. They had to tell you something. So you got to go. If we catch you here again, we're going to arrest you. I'm like, what? So he like, I'm going to have to report. Straight up, he was like, I'm going to have to report. I'm like, man, report these.